+4 goal difference. U.S. and Wales both tied for second. Last place it is Iran. The U.S.'s final group stage opponent Tuesday is Iran. But let's talk about what looms on Monday live on Fox. Let's talk about lineups. And Kelly is going to start first, giving us what she feels is going to be the England 11. Mo, you are the judge.
Oh,
you are the jury
go
for the
then.
England and the U.S. 11. Kelly?
Okay, so I would not change a thing. I would keep Pickford in goal. Why drop the goalkeeper? You want to keep a consistent back line, and Gareth Southgate certainly feels very reassured with Maguire and Stones. Fantastic partnership, good understanding. Trippier up and down that. Not too many players put a foot wrong, Mo. Bellingham, what performance he had. Saka, great goal coming in on the left. Sterling, I would just keep it and Kane, that man there. I'm so glad he's fit because he is the leader for this England team.
Yeah, he's fit, but how fit is he? I want to see Zimmerman get a couple of challenges in early on Kane, see and test that out. And then Christian on one side, Tim Weah potentially on the other side. I like what they did in the first half, their 1v1 ability. I feel good. I feel good about that.
You're pretty confident with that lineup again?
I'm very confident. It's in the middle of the park.
If I knew Harry Kane's got a little bit of an ankle, though, it's, you know,
fair play.
Going a little bit.
He looked good in those.
The jersey and Carly Lloyd coming out right now. All right,
well, so
Carly?
I would make 2 changes to the lineup. Obviously, with Weston McKennie coming off, kind of, you know, touching his upper thigh, he may be questionable. So I will slide Aronson in for him. You know, the Medford Messi, can't leave him out. He's got a great work rate. He is just busy all the time. Energizer bunny, puts opponents under the pressure. So I think he can kind of disrupt that England midfield a little bit. Got a great passing ability as well. So my next change, I would change Ferreira in for Sargent. I think Sargent, he had that one chance, but other than that, he didn't really have many chances after that. Ferreira's got great pace, maybe against Harry Maguire, can sneak in there a little bit. Yeah, so, and he's been in consistent form and doing well for his club.
Carly, Coach Carly. You know, I actually agree with a lot of it. If Weston is carrying a knock, if he's not 100% healthy, I have no issue whatsoever slotting Brendan Aronson in there. And for the similar reasons you said, he's busy. He works on both sides of the ball. I think he's someone you can rely on to do things, be creative in the final third, but then also track back and help balance out that midfield. The one change that I think I might make to yours is, if I am going to change that number 9 position, I think I would lean towards Haji Wright. I think Ferreira and Sargent are a closer profile. Haji Wright is a completely different profile. I'd love to see him go up against your boy Harry Maguire, test him out a little bit, open up some space for the likes of Weah to get in behind. But everything else I felt pretty good about in that lineup.
One name you guys didn't mention, Gio Reyna. Interesting to see what his availability will look like tomorrow. 2 MLS players on the Uruguay squad, and they're managed by a former MLS head coach. In fact, they have 1 MLS starter today. Uruguay and South Korea in our Group H opener coming up.
Tomorrow, the biggest World Cup showdown kicks off on Fox. Christian Pulisic leads the Stars and Stripes against the unstoppable Harry Kane and global powerhouse England. Team USA face their toughest test of the tournament with everything on the line and a chance to shock the world. USA England. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1 Eastern live on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And catch up on any match for free on Tubi.
If you're loud, be louder. If you stand out, stand strong. And if you got the devil on your shoulder, take him for a ride.
Good morning, America! Rise and shine! All across the country, we're getting up early this year with one thing on our mind. Football!
It's soccer.
Whether you're repping La Cultura in all the colors, or you need the world to know this is our year. Because the beautiful game
belongs to all of us.
Get Google Pixel 7 or Pixel 7 Pro for free with qualifying trade-in. Subway's dropping 12 new subs for the all-new Subway series menu.
The new monster has juicy steak and crispy bacon.
But what about the new boss? It looks so good. It makes me hangry.
Settle down there, big guy.
The new Subway series. What's your pick?
Señoras y señores, it's Walmart's Black Friday Deals for Days. Shop deals Monday online at 7 p.m. and find hot deals in store Friday at 6 a.m. local. Vamos!
I'm First Lieutenant Kevin Derrickson at IUD Air Base, and I'd like to wish everyone back home and all of our viewers a happy Thanksgiving. Go USA, beat them down.
And our deepest thanks to all those serving around the globe today and every day. In our next World Cup match, South Korea hopes to spring a surprise by taking care of Uruguay. Coverage here on FS1, about 21 and a half minutes. But South Korea will have to contend. Luis Suarez gets the start up front again. The 35-year-old has found the back of the net at each of the last 3 World Cups. Suarez is Uruguay's record scorer with 10 more than Edinson Cavani, who starts this one on the bench. His 68 goals, the 4th most among all South American players. He trails only Messi, Pele, and Neymar on that list. No shame to be 4th on that list. Suarez, though, is a free agent. There has been some chatter out there about him continuing his remarkable career stateside in Major League Soccer. Mo, how do you describe his current status of legacy in Uruguay?
Well, first of all, addressing the fact that he's a free agent, I'd sign him to any team that I was a part of. I think his legacy speaks for itself, what he's done, both club and country. Yes, he's had some controversial moments. This one, there's no shying away from that. But I think the one that stands out to me more so is this one here. The handball here, it just shows his passion, his desire, his willingness to do whatever it takes to try to secure victory for his team. In the end, it paid off for them. But ultimately, I look at him as a guy that, again, that I would always have in my team. Even if he wasn't starting for this Uruguay side, I would want him to be in and around this group because there's so much that the young players that we're talking about emerging in this team can learn from, can follow in his lead, especially stuff on the pitch, not so much the things that we saw earlier.
Yeah, I would, I think Suarez, he's an all-and-out competitor. I mean, he will do, as you saw, anything, put his hand up, block a goal. I've done that before. He'll do anything to win. And, that's what makes him very special. He's experienced. This is most likely his last World Cup. But I think, he's got the mentality of a champion. And he's a special player. Love him or hate him, you always want him on your team.
Yeah, he's like Marmite, isn't he? You either love him or you hate him. I actually love him. I love his personality, his attitude on the pitch, his will to win, his desire. He's actually a nuisance for defenders when they get on the ball. He's always nipping at their heels like a little terrier, trying to flick them or kick them. Do you know what I mean? He's a little naughty, dirty little player, which I love to see. He's part of the game.
A little dirty.
Yeah, he's got an excellent work rate. He'll work so hard from the first minute to the last minute. He'll give his team, any team that he's playing for, will give 110% as well as his national team. Love him.
And you see Fede Valverde right next to him right there. This is what I mean. This is a guy who has leadership qualities, whether it's leading by actions, but to have those young players, having him in camp, to learn from, to ask questions of, to compete against, I think that goes a long way in establishing that next generation of Uruguayan superstars.
Hate going against him? Love having him on your team. Uruguay and South Korea coming up next. South Korea, certainly a talented striker of their own, and Song Heung-min, the 30-year-old, forced to undergo facial surgery earlier this month. He's got the carbon fiber mask on, and he is in the starting 11 today. South Korea, 3 wins in 10 previous World Cup openers. Can they knock off Uruguay today?
I have something for you.
I have something for you too. Let's give him a minute.
years ago, Germany would have all before them if they beat Argentina in the final.
Good morning, America! Rise and shine! All across the country, we're getting up early this year with one thing on our mind.
Football!
It's soccer.
Whether you're repping La Cultura in all the colors, or you need the world to know this is our year. Because the beautiful game
Belongs to all of us.
Get Google Pixel 7 or Pixel 7 Pro for free with qualifying trade-in.
This isn't Sherman. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Hurry up, Dad. You've been in there forever.
I'm trying. This cheap stuff is too thin.
I told you not to get the other toilet paper. Here's the new Charmin Ultra Strong.
My bottom's been saved.
With its diamond weave texture, new Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort.
What's everybody waiting for? This?
Okay, hon. We know you're clean. We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
This is the icon of vacations. Icon of the seas, arriving 2024.
Señoras y señores, it's Walmart's Black Friday Deals for Days. Shop deals Monday online at 7 p.m. and find hot deals in store Friday at 6 a.m. local. Vamos!
The chicken always seems to be a big favorite. People love it. You're not pulling it out of a box. You're making food. Yeah. I like being able to put pride in my food and pride in my work. You get to walk right in. You see me making your chicken. This is going to be in your bowl. This is it. This is it. This is it.
Education City Stadium, the site for today's Group H meeting between Uruguay and South Korea. Portugal and Ghana, the other two teams in this group, they meet a little bit later on today over on Fox. South Korea, winless in their 5 previous World Cup matches against South American opposition. Uruguay victorious in all 3 they played against Asian sides, and you're going to have to search long and hard to find fans out there who do not appreciate the play of Song Heung-min. The South Korean captain shared the Premier League Golden Boot Award last season, but on November 1st, he fractured his left eye socket in a collision while playing for Tottenham. Initially, hopes were dim that he would play in this game, but guess what? Here comes the sun.
Oh, yes. And my player to watch, maybe he'll scare some defenders with that face mask. This is his 3rd World Cup, 30 years old. He's got 104 caps and 35 goals, plays his club ball at Tottenham. I just love how there's nothing flashy about him. There's no tricks. As a defender, it's hard to defend against him because he doesn't have a weak side, but he's versatile. He can play up top as a winger, striker, or an attacking midfielder, and I expect him to be a focal point for South Korea, and for them to be successful, it's going to be up to him.
And this man here, focal point of Uruguay. Fantastic player, has been for a number of years for club and country. Well, just watch what he does when he gets in the ball. Spins, turns, he's direct, he's aggressive in his running. He's got an awful, brilliant shot. Just a pure joy to watch this player.
Well, and his partner is young 23-year-old Darwin Nunez, and you see there 3 goals and 13 caps. He's making just his 3rd start alongside Luis Suarez, so it'll be important to see how they can establish that chemistry early on in this game, fill themselves into this game, but I think he has an immense amount of talent. His running off the ball, his finishing, you've seen him come into form for Liverpool. He'll be a big part of this team going forward. He gets a chance now to replace Cavani in the lineup today.
If they can blend all that experience with this youthful infusion, watch out.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out. Uruguay beat Egypt 1-0 in their opener 4 years ago. Can the Sky Blue get another winning start to this campaign kickoff? Under 13 minutes away, coming up next, walkouts and anthems as the two nations make their way back into the locker room.
The world doesn't come together like this very often. But when it does, the results can be extraordinary. Qatar is committed to that idea and growing its potential as a partner, investor, and innovator with possibilities that are unlimited and rewards that are priceless. Let the world play and become part of our story.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light from the...
I'll take that one down because that'll probably be dinged. Good morning, Paul. Happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend.
T-Mobile won't raise the price of your talk, text, and data. Plus, families get over $225 benefits.
I think we're getting stuff together and getting ready here, which is good. 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 I forgot what I was going to do here. That's not good. Forgetting things.
It's not just a night off from cooking.
Damn it.
It's a delicious night on for everyone at the table.
Turn on the backlight.
Only $1 delivery fee on our app.
Tomorrow, the biggest World Cup showdown kicks off on Fox. Christian Pulisic leads the Stars and Stripes against the unstoppable Harry Kane and global powerhouse England. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And catch up on any match for free on Tubi.
When you need a lawyer for the most complicated and most catastrophic injury cases out there, you need to call the Snyder Law Group now.
Your case begins as soon as we pick up the phone.
There we go.
Unless we're successful.
Don't just sue them, Snyder them.
Paul, I don't know how many people we're going to get in this morning. Thanksgiving morning may be one of those ones where people are watching and doing other things, you know? Oh, no problem. Not a problem at all.
Are you the victim of a medical mistake? It's so important.
9,000 commercials.
These specific cases, you only get one opportunity when you have a lawsuit. Make sure you pick the right lawyer.
I've got breakfast here at the house this morning, Paul, with some neighbors too, so I'll kind of be a little bit in and out. But I still wanted to do this game. I changed the look too to try something different this morning.
For the 2022 World Cup Finals.
Save us a seat in Doha.
That's a good place to go to get it.
The design of Education City Stadium intended to reflect a diamond in the desert. Well, Uruguay or South Korea present themselves as a diamond on the field. This tournament, last World Cup meeting between these two, a round of 16 match. In 2010, Luis Suarez with both goals in the 2-1 win. Fans, as always, on point and ready for this one. Rob Stone, Kelly Smith, Carly Lloyd, Mo Adu, back here with you. Happy Thanksgiving to all our friends back in America watching. We're here with you in Doha. 5 nations have qualified for the last 10 World Cups. 4 of them absolute royalty. Brazil, Spain, Argentina, Germany. The 5th, how about South Korea? And they have an opportunity today to spring another surprise at this World Cup. Their captain, Song Hyun-min, again, in doubt with his fractured orbital bone, Carly, playing with a carbon fiber mask, and we've seen him throughout warm-ups kind of fidgeting with it.
Yes, you could see as he was coming off from halftime, or the warm-ups beginning of the game, it looked like he kind of threw the mask, but actually the mask was probably very sweaty underneath. So, you know, I can recall from playing with the mask before that it does get sweaty, it moves around, and then the straps, not to mention the straps. There's not much fiddling you can do during the game to be able to adjust. So it's gonna be tricky for him. It's gonna be a challenge, but you know, I expected him to play no matter what.
Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you can for the national anthem of Uruguay.
أصحاب السمو والمعالي، أصحاب السعادة السيدات والسادة، الرجاء الوقوف في حال القدرة لعزف النشيد الوطني للأوروغواي.
And now, please remain standing for the national anthem of the Korean Republic.
والآن الرجاء البقاء في حال الوقوف لعزف النشيد الوطني للجمهورية الكورية.
Can the old guard of Uruguay match with its new generation? Can South Korea provide today's upset special? The call, Ian Dark, Landon Donovan in 60 seconds.
All right. Baby, I'm howling by you.
All right, so welcome in, everybody. Glad you're here. We're getting ready for this match. This is probably the next to last group of commercials before we start. I'm going to switch mics up here for 1 second.
iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
Plus, Verizon gives you another Apple gift too, like Apple Watch SE, iPad, Beats Fit Pro. No, Scrooge.
This Black Friday weekend, get our best deal of the year. Only Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro, plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900. Verizon.
And Real Madrid's Fede Valverde give them a modern, dangerous look.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone back home. Key tonight for Uruguay, can Luis Suarez and Darwin Nunez to create a partnership that Suarez and Cavani have had for many, many years? We will see.
As for South Korea, well, the captain Son does make it. He plays wearing a face mask after fracturing an eye socket 3 weeks ago playing for Tottenham Hotspur. Defender Kim Min-jae might be one of the best defenders at the tournament. He's been starring for the Italian league leaders Napoli.
We spoke to some Korean media earlier, Ian, and they affectionately referred to Son as Sonny. A name like that in Korea, you know you've made it. Very interested to see how this mask impacts him. He hasn't played a game in over 3 weeks. It'd be really interesting to see how he deals with that.
He really is an A-list celebrity back home in South Korea, in Seoul, who are appearing for the 10th consecutive time. World Cup finals. It's a great record. It can only be matched by Brazil, Argentina, Germany and Spain. But can they make an impact this time? Out at the group stage last time, despite a valiant 2-0 win on the final day of the group against Germany. They knocked Germany out with that, by the way. South Korea will get us underway here. Countdown, and we have liftoff in Group H. South Korea in the all red and the traditional, I'm sure you're familiar with it, light blue colours of Uruguay, a famous footballing nation. 2 times they contested the World Cup. They won it, 1930, 1950. Only a couple of semi-finals since then, but they've been involved in a lot of big stories along the way. Oliveira, another of the Napoli players of this World Cup. Napoli have been going great guns in Italy. He's taken over the left-back position for Uruguay in more recent times. Kim Min-jae to knock it forward for South Korea. There's Na on the chase down the right-hand side. He's come into the side today because the Wolves player, Hwang Hee-chan, has a hamstring injury, didn't make it. He would have probably started. How will he cope with that face mask on? He hasn't played at all since it happened in the Champions League game on November the 1st against Marseille. Solidis, who takes the corner, looking for that little near post flick on. Roche is the goalkeeper these days for Uruguay. He's taken over the role from Fernando Muslera. And that had to be dealt with, really, with Nunez closing in and Valverde too.
Ian, we've seen some cagey tactical matches early in this tournament where teams are happy to sit off, defend, be organized. This looks like tonight's going to be the opposite. Korea going after Uruguay in the first minute. Uruguay reciprocating. This could be 2 teams just going at each other for 90 minutes. Should be fun to watch.
Should have Diego Alonso there, former Inter Miami coach. It didn't work out too well for him there, but it has with Uruguay. He rescued what looked to be a healing campaign. They had to win their last 4
Let's go. That should
games
give me a better mic
to
here.
make it through. When they took over, they were in
Check
7th
one. There we
place
go.
and on their way to not qualifying, which would have been pretty sensational. Caceres with the header. He's one of 5 players in their squad, appearing in their 4th World Cup. Diego Godin is out there again, the grizzled warrior of a defender. Fast start from them, and Hwang In-beom in possession there in midfield as the playmaker. He plays here in Doha for Al Sadd.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Paul.
He'll feel at home, looking for the return ball there. Here's Son. Did score twice in the group at the last World Cup. Lee Jae-sung. And this is Kim Min-jae of Napoli, the only player to appear in all 18 qualifiers. Yeah, 18. Uruguay had 18 as well. The South American qualifying must be the toughest on the planet.
Yeah, it's ruthless. And from where Uruguay were when Diego Alonso got there to where they finished in 3rd behind just Argentina and Brazil was really remarkable.
Looking for that return ball for Kim Jim-soo on that side. Loves to get forward, cultured left back, South Korea have. They only let in 3 goals. The Paulo Bento, their coach of the last 4 years, Portuguese coach, 3 goals conceded in the 10 final round of qualifying games. That is impressive. It's got them pretty well organised. Some people looking at them have thought, well, they're playing a little too pedantically, a little bit too slowly, possession-based game, which some observers feel doesn't quite suit their usual style. We'll see, won't we?
Well, with the ball, that's fine. You can be calm. But I'll tell you what, early signs, when the ball turns over and they're defending, they are so aggressive in front of them and going after Uruguay.
We've already seen 2 sensational performances from Asian nations here, haven't we, as well? Japan beating Germany, Saudi Arabia upsetting Argentina. It's easily cut up by Oliveira. Here's Nunez, who does have express pace. Coming off a 2-goal performance as well for Liverpool in the last Premier League game before the break against Southampton.
This is really smart from Na Sung-ho. Oh, he's going to have his hands full helping out, and I can promise you he'll be asked to help back. But if Darwin Nunez slips away from you from the play, keep it there.
The problem for Uruguay at this World Cup is, can they get the blend right between the new wave and the old experienced guard, led there by Diego Godin, La Liga winner with Atletico Madrid, scorer in a Champions League final for Atletico Madrid in his past. Valverde won the header. Caceres to knock it forward towards Facundo Pellistri, who's an interesting select, made his debut yet for Manchester United, so he plays in the World Cup before he plays a club game in England. Great piece of play by Na on that side. He needed the covering, but that's really how positive I think he's going to be.
Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy?
A surprise chance today. Na Sang-ho.
We were a little surprised that Sang-ho was going to be in the lineup tonight, but he's made an early impression. A couple good defensive plays, fouls, and then really clever to get by Oliveira here and wins a corner for South Korea.
All right, Paul, you got it since you're doing it, buddy.
Taken again by Son.
Thank you. Thank you. Makes it easier on me.
Has been training for several days. in that carbon fiber mask, so I guess he's getting used to it by now. Might be a bit tricky when you're going up for a header.
You heard Carly talk about it in the studio. Training versus playing is totally different, so see how as the match goes on.
A different level of intensity. That one travels a long way. It's a fast
It helps if
start
we keep that chat
to
up
the
like
game.
that.
Jung-Woo Young trying to turn it back in for South Korea.
I think that layout's pretty good.
If this pace keeps up, we're in for a treat tonight because it is frantic right now.
Frantic and pretty hot in here as well at this Education City Stadium. Can't get used to how close all the stadia are at this one. So close that quite a lot of the fans are managing to see 2 games in a day. Good ball in again, well defended by Uruguay. This Valverde, I should say, was the player who won it. They're looking for the break here with Nunez. And that's a big job over on that side that Kim Moon Kwan has, trying to keep tabs on his. I think he won't want to do is have Nunez running at him and getting a chance to beat him in a foot race down that side. Here's Oliveira and Suarez looking for the little 1-2. Suarez, of course, who's made so many World Cup headlines, been hero and villain over the years, goading to do the covering. Not as quick used to be, probably not as good as he used to be, playing now in Argentina for Vélez Sarsfield.
Watch how quickly he reads this. He reads the danger, quickly over, puts out the fire.
He's always given the impression that he wouldn't give away a goal in a kickabout in the back garden with his kids. No problem with the mask, just the armband. Nah, again, he's made a bright start. Wants to make the place in this World Cup, even if Hwang Hee-chan of Wolverhampton Wanderers is fit again soon. First World Cup in a long while without the man they used to call El Maestro. Oscar Tabarez, who was in charge of Uruguay, did a wonderful job for 15 years. The journalists liked him as well. He used to give them the team 3 days ahead of the game. Wasn't worried about it, let the opposition worry. With everybody else, it's a state secret, isn't it, Landon?
It's crazy to think that is so against the grain.
I think the first time he did it at the 2010 World Cup, they got to the semi-finals and Diego Forlan was the player of the tournament. Didn't do much harm.
First time he did it, everyone probably thought he was lying to him.
Man, it's a fast-paced game so far.
Knowing how cynical the media people can be. Right to start here by the South Koreans for sure.
What's interesting when you come into a World Cup, the draw comes out, and people make up their mind as to how the games are going to go, how the tournament's going to go. The players are the ones who decide that, and early on, South Korea have said, we don't care if everyone thinks we're an underdog. We're not going to play like that. I think they've been the better side.
Coming out with aggressive intentions. Son Heung-min. Uruguay will certainly be aware of the fact that he has that face mask on and won't be too shy about maybe roughing him up.
Are you getting dropped at all, Paul? Or is it signal holding?
Probably going to see a lot more of this. Vertical, direct. Casas, the experienced, wily vet, knows how to deal with those moments, but that'll be really fun to watch the rest of the day.
Luis Suarez not in the game at all so far. Oliveira here.
Morning, Ollie.
Good looking ball in there. They're looking for just that little flick that might have made the difference.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Kim Sung-gyu, the goalkeeper who went to the last World Cup as the #1 but never played. They ended up with their #3 keeper between the sticks. Didn't work out too well. Lost to Sweden first game, lost to Mexico second game, beat Germany last game, but it wasn't enough, and 3 points is very rarely enough. Everybody will be well aware of that as do the maths in the various groups as the plot thickens. Away by Kim Kyung-gwon. Nice fast feet from Lee Jiao-so. Hwang In-bun. Away by Godi. Here's Luis Suarez. 35 in his 4th World Cup. 7 goals he's delivered. Not to mention a red card and bite marks in Giorgio Chiellini, for which he was banned 9 months. Jimenez, the old firm reunited at the back there for Uruguay. Played hundreds of games together at Atletico Madrid. This is Vecino, holding player in midfield. They have Tottenham's Rodrigo Bentancur in that midfield as well, with Fede Valverde too. Valverde looks like he's being deployed a little further forward, as he often is for Real Madrid.
Yeah, and I'm watching South Korea. When they defend in, they're sitting in the 4-4-2.
Giving the ball away in midfield that time though. Alistri wanted just a little too much time on his World Cup debut here.
They're defending in their half. They're in a 4-4-2 with Son coming back basically as a left midfielder. And then when they win the ball, transition into a 4-3-3. Their counter-pressing and just their sheer ability to close the final yard is so good, and it's caught Uruguay a few times.
South Korea have lost 6 of their last 7 World Cup matches, the exception being that one I told you about against Germany in Kazan. Crazy Kazan, they called it, in Russia. Argentina went out there, Brazil went out there, Germany went out there. To spread the play wide for the overlapping fullback. Jisoo.
16 minutes in, a ton of energy, but nothing on the board yet.
This is really good by Korea as Jinsu makes a run down the left. At that point, Son had come inside. Makes it difficult. Polistri's going to have to track him because the Koreans are happy to bomb forward with their outside backs.
Later today on Fox, all-star lineup really. Ronaldo and Portugal facing Ghana in their opening match, followed by Neymar and Brazil against Serbia. That's all net on Fox.
Brazil and Serbia would have been good to do. Can't do it with NFL.
It's quite the Thanksgiving
feast.
Day of, yeah, Thanksgiving feast. Yeah, and they didn't even give us a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, I agree, Paul.
Not yet, anyway. I think it's a bit early for the turkey, isn't it? Yeah,
it's a little early.
You were mentioning the trimmings as well, weren't you? Kim Min-jae. Nah was just caught, stays down. Pretty experienced, that back to. Nice turn, wasn't it, in midfield by Hwang In-bum. Kim Moon-hwan with the cross. And that's well, a misunderstanding. I think they were tuned to different radio stations there, those two.
It's a lovely turn from Hwang. He is their playmaker in the middle there, and he showed a bit of his quality. But Korea continue to get more and more joy, starting to put Uruguay under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, they've been doing they've done a lot. Ali, I agree.
Uruguay just seem to
And that's
find a
pretty
way
impressive.
of getting things done. Certainly at this stage of World Cups over the years. I remember them playing Egypt 4 years ago, and Jimenez, who's playing today, central defence, got the winner for them in the 89th minute. They didn't play that well at all. They got the points, of course. Valverde, he's been in very sharp form for Real Madrid and took that one quickly.
This is so hard to defend a run from this deep from a midfielder. South Korean back line gets caught out of shape, and the first touch is excellent. And nearly did what Batshuayi did yesterday for Belgium. Half volley on the left foot. Just over the bar.
Sharp, wasn't it? Toni Kroos, his midfield partner, or one of his midfield partners at Real Madrid, thinks he's now one of the top 3 midfield players in the world.
That's impressive. Top in the world.
He's going to be a runner from midfield, isn't he? Been trying to play the early ball, Hwang In-bum. Looks like he'll be there with the job of being the creative spark in there for South Korea.
Hitting the 20-minute mark.
Beyond Suarez, they've kept that alive. It's hooked away out of harm's way by Na. Portugal and Ghana also in this group. This is the first time we've seen these two teams, and pretty soon we'll have seen all 32 of them. You'll have formed your own first impressions. Sometimes first impressions can be a bit misleading at the World Cup.
Germany and Argentina certainly hope so.
Yeah. They have a lot of work to do.
Germany and Argentina.
Germany have to play Spain next. Lose
That's
that,
for sure.
and they could be looking for an early plane ride home.
They still
Again.
got plenty of time, though.
Is Valverde dropping deeper this time? This time playing it long, and an opportunity not taken back in by Oliveira. Suarez goes down in the box.
Well, slowly the Uruguay are finding their way into the game, and they're doing it through vertical running behind the Korean back line. They're just tuning out, and it's causing them big problems. Get the wires crossed again here, Suarez.
Nunez couldn't make contact. One or two danger signals flashing, I would say, for that South Korean defense in the last 5 minutes or so.
Well, the left side of their back line, Jin-soo and Young-gwon, caught twice now in the last minute or so, nearly led to goals.
Nunez has gone more central now, and Suarez out with left. I think they might just switch from time to time. Nunez is comfortable in either role. His fee could rise to over $100 million. And Benfica to Liverpool. He's delivered 9 goals so far for his new club. Godin to Caceres, another one playing in his 4th World Cup. They've seen it all, really, some of these Uruguayans. Jimenez to hit it long towards Pelistri. Well, they couldn't quite get it, but Nunez nicked it back for his team. This is a better spell for Uruguay, just starting to exert a measure of control now. It's Bentancur, fixture in the Tottenham Hotspur side. Caceres. South Korea not being tempted out of shape here as Uruguay just get around among themselves at the back. That defence might take a bit of unlocking. It certainly did in qualifying, but Uruguay's another level again for them to deal with.
So now Uruguay has started building in a back three. Vecino is helping when he can, but it's allowing Valverde and Bentancur to basically go wherever they want to get the ball. And South Korea better start putting some pressure on the ball because Uruguay have realized long vertical direct balls are giving them all sorts of problems. And
hey, Rob.
Uruguay are certainly in the ascendancy now. A really, really deep drop line here from South Korea. Makes it difficult. Put a lot of pressure on the goal with the right service.
Fede Valverde to play it in, and the South Korean defence is happy enough to concede the corner. Jimenez there was one of the players looking for it.
The challenge with defending this deep is that the duel happens so close to your goal. You start your drop line a lot higher. The challenge usually happens around the 18-yard line. So when you do miss a header like this, it goes out for a corner versus you getting to it and clearing it.
Right.
Here comes the Uruguay corner. Vecino went up for it, didn't win the header though. So they'll go back and they'll redesign the attack. Oliveira. Nunez. Good covering.
Yeah, I'm just doing this early one for the heck of it. Because it's all NFL after this, Rob.
Captain of South Korea. And their major star cutting in. It's a dangerous looking ball in.
I'm going to try to just have a couple beverages. Hopefully my wife will bring me a plate.
Well, I can see why they opted for Son there.
With that face mask on, he looks
was
wrong.
Wide open down the middle of the field.
Looks like Zorro playing
Little
soccer.
skill check here. This is a really dangerous ball. Puts the back line under all sorts of pressure. In the end, good clearance by Oliveira.
Good break by South Korea. Switched the play very, very sharply indeed from one end to the other. Here's Bentancur.
Paul, one of these days when we do a live, I have to come up and sit in on the live.
Picked up by Kim Moon Hwan, but now there's a break on for Uruguay.
God, he's fast.
They've got 4 against 3. Here, Oliveira to play it wide.
Oh, great play by the keeper.
Wasn't quite the right ball, and the goalkeeper Kim Song-gyu is able to do his stuff.
Oh, and Oliveira is
hey, Rob, hopefully we can hang out a little bit today,
did
buddy.
Everything right, except the weight of the pass. And that's a big, big missed opportunity for Uruguay. That should have been in the back of the net.
Yeah, they have the overload.
Space Mountain.
Quite good enough.
What's up, David?
Don't forget, tomorrow, Black Friday brings that game, one I think everybody's been looking forward to.
Dave, did you pick up some follows yesterday?
England, coverage beginning at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. that is Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Awesome, Rob.
People should be rolling out of bed about that time, hungover from the turkey, perhaps some alcoholic beverages. but ready to watch a phenomenal game tomorrow.
It's Palistri. He's been brought into the squad because of his ability to dribble with the ball and provide that kind of width. Slightly more attacking Uruguay. Maybe
Awesome,
than
good
it
for
was
you,
under
Dave.
Tabarez at times.
Here's a look again at this break. The timing is right, just the weight of the pass. Lets Oliveira down. If he puts that in the right spot, you have to put a lot of money on Nunez hitting the back of the net there.
He really was a ball, wasn't it, as well?
Anybody new in here, first timer? Say hello in the chat.
Fancied that had it been
Let us know what team you're on. Welcome in.
That's one that got away for Uruguay, and a bit of an escape for the South Korea. South Korea have only won 3 of 27 World Cup games when they weren't hosts. In other words, in 2002, the year they got to the semi-final as co-hosts. So not great travellers, even if they do regularly get to the finals.
Hey, Greg and John, happy Thanksgiving.
No, but I'll tell you what, that World Cup, I was fortunate enough to play in 02 and having some memories today when I hear the fans chanting.
It was a very good World Cup, wasn't it?
Really
was.
was. And playing South Korea in South Korea is one of the highlights of my career. The whole stadium was dressed in red, chanting.
Thank you, Rob.
In unison.
And he was playing for Portugal at that World Cup. Paulo Bento, now the coach of South Korea.
Oh, he almost kicked him in the groin. Can't do that.
Kim Yoon-hwan looking for the 1-2 down the right-hand side, trying to get both fullbacks forward as often as they can. South Korea, we've seen some raids on the other side by Kim Jin-soo. Kim Yoon-hwan again.
Sean Urban, good morning. Welcome in.
Just sitting a little
Good morning,
more
Kerry. Happy
deeply
Thanksgiving.
in midfield ahead of Hwang In-bom behind him. Kim Min-jae. Beautiful surfaces here for this World Cup. It's velvet stuff, isn't it? Silky to play on. Of course, points are very hard to get. We've seen that already, apart from a couple of pretty one-sided matches.
We were down on the pitch doing pre and man, every player loves to play on a field like these.
I think you got your adrenaline racing. I thought you were going to get your boots out again.
Nobody wants to see that, I promise you.
I wouldn't bet on that, by the way.
Maybe my mom.
Just a quieter spell for South Korea, and they could do with that as well. Dean take charge of it, but it is picked up in that midfield by the busy number 6 Hwang In-bom. Jin-soo with the cross in just a bit too high for Da.
All the way out. You can't boot it that far.
Well, Korea don't necessarily want to be as direct as they've been at times, but what they've done a great job of is picking up the second balls. In this case, it was Hwang In-bom. And when you win that second ball, it allows you to create numerical advantages, and that time they were able to get a decent service in and put the Uruguay back.
I really like this newer layout, Paul, that we're doing.
Great support for both teams here.
I think it works a lot better.
And they have 14 of their players in the squad. 14 of the 26 actually play in their domestic league, the K
We actually
League.
haven't had many whistles, many penalties, many nothing.
Different story
It's
for
been a clean
Uruguay.
game.
Most of their
At the 32-minute mark
players European-based.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, this is what we're going to go with going forward.
Is Na.
Yeah, it's flying right along. There's no whistles.
Min-jae is in control of everything there at the back.
No,
On the side is partner Kim Young-boon.
So it's all solid play. No goals either.
Very well played to Kim Jin-soo. And well defended by Ben Tan-ke, who read the danger. Patient build-up from South Korea. Hasn't always been the case in their World Cup history. Nice play again by Na. By Kim Moon-hwan. This is he again, getting the cross in, and a wonderful opportunity not taken by Hwang. What a chance.
What a chance indeed. Great play down the right side from Korea. And technically, aside from Son, if you wanted this to land on someone's foot, it would have been that man playing Woo-jo. Pulls off perfectly and couldn't keep it over the under the bar. He was leaning back in, and back propensity is that it's going to rise on you a bit. And he's going to see that one in his nightmares tonight, I promise you.
Yeah. Winning his 50th cap, by the way, today. He's got 16 goals for his country. Not a bad return. Plays in Greece for Olympiacos. First sight of goal for him, and I think you'd have to say, Landon, you'd know far better than me, he snatched at the chance, really.
A little bit, yeah, and he was excited, understandably so. But, I mean, there's no excuse here. You at least need to hit the target and make Rocher make a save in a worst-case scenario.
I think those favor the story. They might not get too many opportunities much bigger or better than that. Can't help thinking that if something like that happened at the other end and Luis Suarez was on the end of the chance, it might have been a different story. And that can often be the difference in tight matches in the group phase of the World Cup. To Martin Caceres, often more appreciated by his country than some of the clubs he's played for. Experience everywhere you look around that back line for Uruguay. Oliveira won't be able to keep that one in.
I was speaking earlier about how Uruguay are building. And when they initially started, Oliveira, Jimenez, and Godin formed the back three. Cáceres high and wide on the right, leaving Nunez here on the left. And now they've actually altered it the other way. So now Cáceres, Godin, and Jimenez are the three. And Oliveira is providing the width here on the left. They move Nunez to the other side.
You couldn't say either team have been on top, though. It's ebbed and flowed. Little periods of pressure from both. Here's Godin.
Hey, Michael, what's up?
36
Great to
years
see
of
you.
age.
Happy Thanksgiving to the family.
Jose Jimenez.
Yeah, our mods help a lot.
It's just very, very patient probing from Uruguay. Just looking to see if there is one vertical ball they could catch out the South Korea defence with. Lee Street to play it inside.
YouTube keeps putting me up to top chat all the time too. They keep taking away the live.
Jimenez with a
Drive me
rather
nuts.
hurried, panicky kind of touch, and that was the end of that. Probably about 50 passes around the back line, which came to nothing.
Krieger, Jamaica's in the building. What's up, Jamaica? How are you?
It's the return of World Cup. Tonight, all the day's highlights, special guests, and World Cup fun with Kate Abdo, Mo Edu, and World Cup fan Chad Ochocinco, who gives us his big fan experience.
I still love that they're getting Chad Ochocinco to give me commentary.
Testing the mood. So on tonight on Fox at midnight.
You should get a soccer, look at a European soccer star that's not playing to do it. Chad Ochocinco.
0-0 here then. Opening encounter in Group H.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, sir.
Wave players can star a little bit. The long-range shot is on the optimistic side from Kim Moon Hwan, the right back.
Off a crossbar.
I actually think it was Hwang In-bom. You can tell he scored some goals with that sort of technique because he had the ambition and the confidence to take it, but got underneath it.
Nearly for
coming up on the 40th minute of play.
South America now to make sure he's playing fit and firing. And now South Korea, maybe they can create something this time. Valverde with some
blew that opportunity.
Defending, they had a lot of players forward there, couldn't quite pick the right pass to unlock the Uruguayan defense.
Thank you, Krager. And same to yours. Anybody new in here today? First timer?
Kim Moon Hwan.
I don't know if we're getting much of a YouTube share out of this, which is disappointing.
I said it earlier, Ian.
I would think that more people would be looking for
South Korea doing a fantastic job picking up the second balls, beating Vecino, Valverde, and Bentancur down the field. And that's where they've gotten some of their biggest chances.
Big crowd here at Education City, which is exactly what you want to see. At all these stadiums, it's the World Cup, after all. Five minutes to half-time. Uruguay 2 times
throw the ball in, dude.
With 4 stars on their shirt. They're allowed another couple because they won 2 Olympic Games before the World Cup ever started. And those are regarded as senior world championships by FIFA. And the ball was just given away there by Hwang In-bom. Uruguay just gone a little flat. Kim Min-jae towards Na. He's been lively on this right-hand side. Na Sang-ho. These players are pretty used to playing with each other after all. It is a very long qualifying process in Asia, which involves thousands of miles of air travel. Of course, a lot of it this time in this cycle was done during COVID times. Not easy, not for anybody. Here's Song Hun-min. He's got about 30 advertising deals going on back home, apparently. They all want him endorsing their products. His agent doesn't mind, neither does he.
No, I think he's doing just fine.
Going to feed it through again, but it's cooked away by Mateus Oliveira. Now here's Valverde looking for the early ball for Pelistri. Suarez and Nunez waiting in the middle. Again, the defending's good enough. It's that problem of getting the last ball right. We've seen it in other games.
Yeah, let's let Uruguay a little bit here, but this is so good from Jung Woo-young. Tracking back there, plays that matter a little bit more than others in a World Cup. You put that kind of effort in to get back and put out the fire. So appreciated by your team.
Yeah, good play by the midfield player. As a kid, was on the books of Bayern Munich for a while. Some good headers of the ball. waiting in there, and Godin was one of them, and Uruguay so very nearly ahead. Him again.
I was just going to say how odd this Korean zone is. I'm not sure I've ever seen 7 in a semicircle like that, and they nearly got punished for it.
Comes out to Oliveira here. Thumped against the post by Diego Godin. Wow, what a moment that was for Uruguay. We get Portugal, Ghana, Brazil, Serbia coming up next on Fox. First look at Brazil. Most people's favourites to win the competition. Jimenez, Godin who scored in the 2014 Champions League final against Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid, his team, held that lead. Final seconds were pegged back and then beaten in extra time, agonizingly for him and them. Oliveira. It's another tight battle. Good play by Nunez. Looked like he was fouled. There will be a free kick given.
So good from Nunez. Touch, chop, and again another smart foul here by Huang. You don't want Nunez running at your back line with space. Here's another look at that chance, and the reason it's so difficult, I'll get back to that.
As the ball is played in, we'll see what happens with this attack. Pelistri now. Bentancur. Just a minute or so to be added on. We think another header, and Godin's up there again. He won't keep that one in play. Yeah, just 1 minute of added time. That's almost unheard of at this World Cup.
Here's that chance again. Oliveira with the left foot. Hard to head that ball when you're going away from goal, but just to follow South Korea's zone on the corner, the reason it's so difficult to defend that is you're allowing guys like Godin, Suarez, Jimenez a free run at the ball. And nobody bumped him on that play, and Godin had a free header from about 9 yards out. He should have scored.
Squalls of pressure from both teams, but no breakthrough as referee Clement Turpin from France blows his whistle. Godin striking the post in the closing seconds of the half, but at half-time, goalless between France and South Korea.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on FS1 is presented by Verizon. Only 1 minute of stoppage time. What am I watching? Rob Stone here with you. Coming up on the Verizon halftime show, we're going to break down a cagey first half between Uruguay and South Korea. We'll also get you ready for Portugal's opener. Ronaldo set for his 5th World Cup as he takes on Ghana. And we're going to brag about the stars on display in this action-packed sporting Thanksgiving on Fox. The 3rd World Cup meeting between these two. Uruguay won the previous 2. The 3rd still seeking a goal.
Ah, humbug. My signal is totally ghosting me.
You need a better network. 'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
Plus, Verizon gives you another Apple gift too, like Apple Watch SE, iPad, Beats Fit Pro. No, Scrooge.
This Black Friday weekend, get our best deal of the year. Only Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro. Plus, an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro. All on us. That's a value of up to $1,900. Verizon.
Hey, you! Yeah, we come together. Hey, you!
New Balance. What you got now? You're making all the difference out there, kid.
Für Dortmund. Was siehst du nicht überhaupt? Our next big American pressure.
So where do you think this pressure is coming from?
Everyone. I'm just taking a minute.
The managers will have faith in you.
So much pressure.
Pressure makes diamonds.
True.
Prolific! He scores! Incredible!
Now this is an upgrade. And away we go. Hey, what's up? I can get used to this. The best way to see the world is to experience it with travel upgrades and private events from Chase Sapphire Reserve. Chase, make more of what's yours.
The chef's chicken sandwiches at Panera, freshly prepared with clean ingredients, spark an explosion of the senses. So when you finally taste, just confirms this is fantastic, and only at Panera. $1 delivery fee on our app.
Thanksgiving in Big D, highlight of the season.
It's a big stage vibe.
I'm fired up. This is Giants Cowboys. This is a great rivalry.
Let's go!
Giants Cowboys today on Fox.
This is an exciting U.S. team. They're young, they're hungry, and they're led by...
Yo, Wes, could you pass that?
They've got a real shot.
Rolling it in, lays it off, cutting it back. What a finish!
Thanks, man.
HIMS helps guys take care. Whether you're looking for support for your mental health, performance in the bedroom, or hair loss, HIMS can help. At 4hims.com, you can get access to trusted treatments for ED, hair loss, and anxiety from licensed medical providers with a 100% online process and free discreet shipping if prescribed. It's no wonder guys love HIMS. Get started today at 4hims.com.
The biggest sport in the world needs a hot sauce with a kick in every drop. Tapatio hot sauce. Its rich blend of red peppers and spices makes your food more flavorful. Pizzas, ribs, hot wings, dips, and soups will deliver a more tangy, delicious taste. With Tapatio, you get a boost of exceptional flavors, a zesty of spiciness, and a fuller, richer taste. Always the perfect amount of heat every time. America loves Tapatio, a kick in every drop.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on FS1 is presented by Verizon.
Uruguay have advanced from their group in each of the last 4 World Cups. Visions of a deep run here in Qatar, but they are scoreless in their opener against South Korea. Glad you're here with us. Kelly, Carly, and Mo here with you. 6th game to be scoreless at the break at this World Cup. 2nd one we've had today. And the big story for South Korea, their captain back with that carbon fiber mask, getting the go from the opening whistle. Pick this one up in the 19th minute.
Yeah, direct ball over the top. I really like touch, but Valverde, he's got to do much better there. I think I would have scored that one.
Ooh, show him how it's done.
And South Korea here just well-worked play, comes into the middle of the park. Out it goes again. Look at this cross, inch-perfect cross. For Hui Jo-wan, you've got to do better there, mate. Get your head down.
You would have scored that with your right.
Ample opportunity to get your team 1-0 up.
Mate.
He would have wanted that right there.
Well, if you can't get a goal in the run of play, set pieces can be a huge asset. Diego Godin rises high. You heard Landon on the broadcast. You got that much separation, that kind of precision. You got to pick a corner, find the back of the net. Doesn't execute 0-0.
Darwin Nunez, the man paired up top with Luis Suarez. How do you evaluate his 45?
Strikers, you guys know, you get evaluated based on finding the back of the net. He's done some good running, found himself in some good positions. Here the ball gets sprayed wide. He beats his defender, gets into the right spot, and then just maybe takes his eye off the ball just slightly. And as we've seen throughout the course of this tournament, the moments, they get magnified when you take them, they get magnified when you don't take them. And then another situation here in transition. This one I can't fault him for because, again, he does everything he's supposed to do, gets himself into a dangerous position, but the weight of the pass is off, and he doesn't get a chance to even get a strike on goal.
And remember, Edinson Cavani sitting there on the bench, able to come on for Uruguay. Remember, Uruguay eliminated Portugal in the round of 16 4 years ago. Cristiano Ronaldo and company begin this World Cup against Ghana. We'll get you ready for that one next.
That's half the fun of a new house, seeing what people left behind in the attic.
Well, saving on homeowners insurance with Geico's help was pretty fun, too.
Oh, it's a tiny dancer.
They left a ton of stuff up here.
Well, enjoy your house.
Nope. No, thank you.
Geico could help you save on homeowners and renters insurance.
Good morning, America! All across the country, we're getting up early this year. Whether you're repping La Cultura, your team is out for the count,
2026 estaremos de vuelta.
Por supuesto. Or you need the world to know this is our year. Because the game
belongs to all of us.
Get Google Pixel 7 or Pixel 7 Pro for free with qualifying trade-in.
Señoras y señores, it's Walmart's Black Friday Deals for Days. Shop deals Monday online at 7 p.m. and find hot deals in store Friday at 6 a.m. local. Vamos!
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill, once a day, that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight illness, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risk. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
I was thinking that you and I have come to a little arrangement. What you call a team up.
Feel good to get that out?
So satisfying.
All the heroics in one place. See where it takes you. Prime Video. I have something for you.
I have something for you too. Let's give him a minute.
So is this stuff really fresh?
Yes. I mean, yeah, we don't have freezers, we don't have microwaves, and we always have fresh stuff coming in. I mean, this is the best guac that you can get.
Fresh is what you stand for.
Definitely.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on FS1 is presented by Verizon.
Our World Cup coverage continues later over on Fox. Portugal seeking a strong start over in Group H play. There's Ronaldo making his way inside Stadium 974 for his showdown with Ghana. Will he get to 118 or more international goals? Neymar also in action for Brazil, and as if this day wasn't star-studded enough, how about Dak and the Cowboys taking on Saquon and the Giants? That one still to come later today on Fox. Your first half moment, sponsored by Verizon. No goals yet between Uruguay and South Korea. That might have been the best opportunity for the Asian side. Second 45 coming your way on the backside.
Ah, humbug. My signal is totally ghosting me.
You need a better network. 'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
Plus, Verizon gives you another Apple gift too, like Apple Watch SE, iPad, Beats Fit Pro.
Oh, for me.
No, Scrooge.
Friday weekend, get our best deal of the year. Only Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro. Plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro. All on us. That's a value of up to $1,900. Verizon.
Imagine experiencing the intensity, the passion, and the spectacle of the greatest tournament on earth every single year. Soccer's top teams, all battling to be crowned champion of champions. Not for country, but for club.
How about that?
World-class coverage of world-class soccer. Don't stop watching.
Magnificent!
The UEFA Champions League. Stream every match exclusively on Paramount+.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Start Saturday strong with the game of all games on Fox. Number 3, Michigan. Number 2, Ohio State. Touchdown! One epic rivalry on a course for a shot at the title. Instant classics. Big noon Saturday. Michigan, Ohio State on Fox.
As a parent, there's no greater honor than to have your children follow you in the family business.
The attorneys of Cohen, Snyder, Eisenberg, and Katzenberg.
Our clients are in good hands with Brian and Aaron. They are consummate professionals, and they've made our firm better.
Aaron and Brian are outstanding attorneys, but they're even better people, and that's the key to our firm's success.
If you've been injured, call the lawyers of Cohen, Snyder, Eisenberg, and Katzenberg for a free consultation.
Toyotathon is on. It's the most magical time of the year with great deals on Camry, RAV4, and Tundra. Where's the Tundra?
The elves borrowed it.
What? Keep them coming!
Right now, choose an all-new Tundra and take 4.29% financing. Or check out a rugged Tacoma, now with low 3.49% APR financing.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back. We're at Education City as darkness falls on Doha. Uruguay facing South Korea. Goalless so far in this Group H opener, but Diego Godin hitting the post for Uruguay in the closing moments of the first. It was interesting hearing Rob Stone talking there about Edinson Cavani. Of course, he's very much part of the old gang for Uruguay. I wonder whether we're going to see him, El Matador.
You have to imagine we'll see him at some point, and Nunez has been a bit quiet so far. Had a big chance if Oliveira had gotten him the ball in the right spot, but yeah, it would be interesting to watch as the half wears on.
Uruguay players back on their way out for duty. In the media room earlier, we saw Diego Forlan, who had that fantastic tournament in 2010. That was the tournament you might remember with the Vuluezas, all the noise, and the Jabulani ball.
It's quite a distinct tournament, that one, and it was pretty fun to watch Diego Forlan. And every Uruguayan in the media center at some point came over and spoke to him or asked him to do an interview. It was exhausting to watch, to be honest.
He usually obliged as well.
Yeah, he did.
He certainly didn't have any trouble hitting that Jabulani ball. Not that year. Song Heung-min with the face mask. That's the only way he's really alive with that severe an injury, a fractured left eye socket. I think when most of us heard about that, we thought, well, is he going to be able to play at all at the World Cup? It would have been a cruel blow, but he has made it. Uruguay in their sky blue, getting us underway at the start of the second half, third in the long and daunting, exhausting South American qualifying process. No changes for either side at half-time, not yet. Of course, 5 substitutes allowed for both teams as Suarez wins the header. Is it written in the stars? I wonder that he's going to have his say before we're finished here. He often does. Scored 2 against South Korea at the World Cup in a knockout round game back in 2010. 2-1 win, vital win to break South Korean hearts that year. Hasn't had much of a look in so far today as Son turns that to the far side towards goal. Released by Napoli's Oliveira. Looking for Valverde, who's making a lot of forward runs from midfield, licensed to travel in what is his best scoring season so far. All up for grabs for Paulo Bento and his opposite number Diego Alonso. Alonso Tornado when he was playing. He was a rangy striker, played for Atletico Valencia for a bit. Away, but not very far by Godin, and picked up by Lee Jae-sung, his son. Just needs the one chance, doesn't he? Song Heung-min. Last year in the Premier League, he shared the golden boot with Mo Salah of Liverpool. He's found it a little bit harder this time. His only Premier League game with goals was a hat-trick when they dropped him after a scoring drought, and he came on against Leicester City and banged in 3 goals in no time. He hasn't been done since. Nah goes down around the edge of the box, and the referee sees that as a bit of simulation, and must have done because he waves play on.
Well, the one thing we ask of referees always is just be consistent, and in fairness, Clement Turpin has done a good job of just being consistent. Now, you can argue with some of the calls or non-calls, but he's consistently let both teams play and the physicality to happen.
He is one of the top officials in Europe. Indeed, he was given the Champions League final this year. Clement Turpin. Jimenez. Here's Bentancur. Time's just dropping deep almost to join the central defenders. It's not long into the channel. Suarez loses his balance. Nunez with some energy and pace to the Uruguay attack. I think he always has to play ahead of Cavani probably now.
Again, looking for the vertical run. At the end of the play, I'm so impressed with Kim Min-jae. His defending in front of him when South Korea need to. His dropping with good body shape so he can see the play. He's good in build out, physically big. He's become a top player at Napoli.
You know, they paid about $25 million for him with the money they got from Chelsea for Kalidou Koulibaly. I think he would go for a lot more than that already after just half the season with the club who are leading the league. He's one of the reasons they are. Big player for South Korea. Wang Im-bum, the heartbeat of the midfield for the South Koreans. Kim Jin-soo. Little opening they're looking for. His son with an opportunity and a very good challenge by Jose Jimenez to stop him. That's part of South Korea's problem here. They are up against some fine defenders, even if Godin is getting a little bit long in the tooth these days. Nunez around the corner to Luis Suarez. Now Valverde. One back, importantly, in the midfield by the very busy Lee Jae-sung.
two fantastic challenges in succession there. First one by Jimenez and the second one by Lee Jae-sung.
Koreans look comfortable on the ball, don't they? It's this Asian comeback tournament, I wonder. Could they make a big impression? Only Japan got to the round of 16 among the Asian teams 4 years ago in Russia. That's the Jimenez challenge.
That's an all-or-nothing challenge, Ian, and risky, but man with his experience knows how to get the timing right, put out really dangerous opportunity for some.
Jimenez winning his 79th cap today for Uruguay. South Korean corner.
Complete opposite type of marking. Uruguay very man-to-man oriented.
Can they get the set piece right? Kim Min-jae went in for that. Now they're claiming a penalty kick there.
I think they might have a look at that, Ian. Looked like a push from here.
See if we get another look at that as Ben Tankur tries to bring it away, and he's dispossessed. And certainly throwing their weight around it was Kim Yong-won with the challenge that time. Let's have a look at this because it's Kim Jin-soo, isn't it, who goes down. And I think we are waiting. Dr. Joe's watching. Penalty for you?
Well, Ian, I didn't see that much in it, but the referee is certainly holding up play, and now he's given the signal to start, so neither did the VAR.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, it looked a long shot, really.
I'm always going to say penalty, and you know that.
Well, we've seen a couple, haven't we, already, at this World Cup, which will probably have been long shots.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Sorry, I've been doing a little breakfast with some friends. Flame Red, hello, good to see you coming in. Paul's been doing a great job on everything.
No, but in
you
fairness,
guys
I
up
didn't
to
think
date
there was
on
a
the
lot
game.
there either.
No score yet.
Yeah.
No score yet. And I'm blaming that on Jessie since she's not here to defend herself.
Full of goals.
Everybody say hello to our friend Peyton, who's here watching with us right
Sadio
now.
Mane's replacement, essentially.
I've only got a couple
This was
here
pretty
right now 'cause
awkward.
this is smaller.
And I think maybe worthy of a yellow card there.
Yeah.
Jungwoo Young.
And this is a smaller channel.
Late.
We've only got 513 followers over here right now. Peyton's thinking about becoming a YouTuber, doing some streaming with some gaming.
Up here. They're not going to be bullied by Uruguay.
See the chat there. So this is my program that I use
Got
for
a
broadcast.
gritty side to them as well as Valverde.
Again,
Plays that one in. Police Street.
I'm going to shut myself down so you guys can hear the game for a
Had
second.
an effort, bit off balance as he hit it. Suarez did keep it in play, but only for a red shirt. That was touch and go, whether the whole of the ball had gone, I think. Academic argument now, though. Team Casaras now with LA Galaxy. 6 games for them after his move from the Italian club Cagliari. Pelistri, he's quick, not that quick though. Would have been entered in a greyhound race, I think, to get that.
I'm not sure Usain Bolt would have got to that.
No. Still goalless then between the Uruguay and South Korea. I think inadvertently I said France instead, didn't I? Just before half-time.
Well, I certainly haven't seen Kylian Mbappe today.
No.
So not sure where you got that one.
Probably could do with him. It's a long tournament. Son is down injured this time. Hope that's nothing to do with his face. No, don't think so. Lost his boot in the process.
That looked painful, both on his hand and his foot, I think.
Been a long road to the top for Son, including a spell in Germany. He was popular there as well, but it's really taken up from at Tottenham. And a fascinating documentary about him where he explains how hard he was driven by his father all the way through his childhood to become a top player.
Just stepped on the back of his foot there. Again, could probably be a yellow card, but as I said before, at least Clement Turpin has been consistent, but that certainly hurts.
Yellow card for Caceres.
Oh, I guess they did give him a yellow card. So
Yeah.
First one of the match.
Trying to keep the cards in the pocket. What you don't want is to have half the players on the pitch on a yellow after about half an hour of the game, because you could get a slightly farcical situation developing there. Confirmation, yeah, this is a 105th cap for Son. To be honest, I think it would have taken a couple of broken legs to keep him out of the World Cup. Maybe it's explained his poorish form for Tottenham this season, that he maybe had one eye on this World Cup, maybe just subconsciously. That would be true of a few players, wouldn't it, Landon?
I'm not even sure it's subconscious. You can't be excited about.
Again, thank you everybody for watching. We're hanging out. Since
you're a kid,
at
so
almost the
I think
58
all
minute
players
mark.
think about it, and especially this year with it being in November, you only had probably 8 to 12 club games before the World Cup. So you want to get into form, but you absolutely want to be careful because you don't want to miss the tournament.
This time they're looking to launch it long. Pelistri has a little bit of defensive work to do as well as his wing play, as is the norm in the modern game. Is Valverde. Oliveira inside. They wasted that big opportunity when they had a 4 against 3 with a poor ball from Oliveira when Nunez could have been in and then hit the post. Uruguay might have stolen the lead, but they haven't. South Korea are still very much in business. Later today, by the way, on Fox, Ronaldo and Portugal facing Ghana in their opening game, followed by Neymar's Brazil against Serbia, all coming up next on Fox. Fascinated to see what Brazil are made of.
Francisco, what's up, buddy? Happy Thanksgiving.
South Korea again with Bentancur. Nar on that far side. And the fullback had got forward. Again, Kim Jin-soo is
It's
a
been
danger.
a fast-paced game, even
Big
though there's
danger,
no
and he's
scoring.
got license to do that. Of course, others have got to cover for him further back, and that's exactly what's happening with Kim Young-kwon making the covering tackle. Plays for Ulsan, South Korean side. Every minute he played of the campaign 4 years ago. Well, we've been talking about him. He's coming on any moment. Edinson Cavani, one of the great strikers of European football over the last decade or more. Scored 3 goals in the competition back in 2018, 2 against Portugal, 1 against Russia.
And something I think will help Uruguay create more chances, better chances. They pass it out of bounds. They have 3, 4, 5 guys underneath the ball, meaning everybody on South Korea is behind the ball, and they have too many numbers coming underneath the ball, not enough numbers up the field. So when they do make progress up the field, there's not enough attacking players forward to create chances, and that's why we haven't seen a ton, especially in the second half.
Interested to see who makes
These guys
way.
are sweating like
Whether there's
pigs
going to
in
be any
Alabama
change of
heat.
shape
It's
for
unreal.
Uruguay with Cavani coming on for his appearance. It will be a 4th World Cup for him. Now Sanho bringing it wide to the fullback Kim Moon-hwan. Both fullbacks have been prominent for South Korea, but again, just a little careless
They're waiting
with
till
the
the last
pass.
minute to
Broken
score.
up again by Uruguay. Starts to look as if one moment of inspiration or maybe one big mistake might settle things here. Shin Woo-young, tall figure in midfield. South Korean squall of pressure. Again, the cross isn't great. Still Cavani waits. Boom. Return ball. Wang In-boom looking for the return ball with Son. Not really away by the Uruguayans. A better energy about South Korea at this phase. Son couldn't quite gather it in. Otherwise, that might have been interesting. Valverde, he's robbed as well. Godin long. Nunez. He's got the pace. He's got goal side. It's Nunez.
Oh!
And the goalkeeper does his job in the end, but that's the threat he poses.
What a ball by Godin. First time on a rope. 40 yards into Nunez's path. Looks like one of the South Korean defenders is down. Look at this, Ian. Bang. I played with an Englishman who could do similar things. You might have heard of him. Mr. Beckham.
Yeah.
Make passes like that.
That's what you call defense splitting, isn't it? It's Luis Suarez, by the way, who's going to come up if you watch the save again, which was a routine one in
There's
the
been
end.
a lot of close calls
Didn't really
today.
have too much support up there with him. No goals today for Luis Suarez, so it's a striker for a striker. One member of the old firm being swapped with another one. Cavani on for his 134th cap. 58 goals to his name in that famous shirt.
Looks like it's Kim Min-jae who's down, and that would be a massive loss if he had to come off the field. See him slip here.
Yeah.
He just slipped and hurt himself.
Nasty moment, Nunez closing in. But that's the speed of Nunez if you give him that kind of opportunity. And it, looks like he's still struggling a bit, doesn't it? And that's a very important player for South Korea, Kim Min-jae. They will not want him going off unless it is absolutely essential. Not with Cavani around.
Looks like he's grabbing his calf, and if that's muscular, that could be a big problem.
Yeah, those injuries can go on a bit, from what I hear. Calf injuries, tricky. He's back on now. Keep an eye on that. Whether they just let him give it a go, or whether he feels all right, we'll see. Straight away, he gets given the ball. Oliveira to deal with that one. Picked up by Ben Tan. As for Antonio Conte, of course, at Tottenham Hotspur, having made the move from Juventus. Wang Hee-jo had that wonderful chance in the first half, best chance of the night for South Korea, and he just rather rushed it. By Casillas.
You're a big soccer fan.
always looks, doesn't it, some of these games, opening games, as if the points have to be quarried.
It's like everyone's scared to lose the game.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to give you...
Not willing to take too many risks. That certainly changes in the second
somewhere to
third
hang
game.
out. Come check it out. 'Cause I'm broadcasting.
Just winning the group is a good prize here, because if you win this group, it's likely you avoid Brazil, who will be big favourites to win theirs, and you take on the second team in that group, likely be, well, Switzerland or Serbia. You'd think, you're second guessing, but it's I think this group's worth winning more than some others, put it that way.
On this channel, I have two channels. I have do hockey and basketball on this one, and I do football
just
and
trapped
baseball.
that good and headed it back or something.
Not quite sure
today.
about
I'm doing
that.
3 football games for the NFL on the other channel.
Joe, gonna hold it up, crowd it up.
That's all the information.
Sky blue shirts were around him there.
Get to the second.
Misunderstanding in the Uruguayan midfield. Frustrating for Celeste, who's been overtaken really at Manchester United by the Argentine youngster Alejandro Garnacho, the winning goal at Fulham the other day.
Put in the chat where everybody's from right now, so that
Garnacho has
Bailey here
put
can
his
see
head
where
above the
everybody's
parapet
from.
there.
Drop it in the chat.
One back here is Vecino, Oliveira, Nunez. Oliveira, they do get the cross away this time, away by Lee Jae-sung. And disappointing really from Uruguay. It's a strange one from Valverde. Actually has fallen to the 20-year-old Pelistri on this side. Tomorrow, Black Friday, brings us England against the USA. Don't miss it. Coverage beginning 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Cannot wait for that tomorrow, Ian. What a big game.
Cavani nearly got a sight of goal straight away. Valverde to help it on. I think Cavani will add some better movement and craft to Uruguay's attacking work. He's a clever striker, always has been. Loves this stage. And he's another one who's 35 now.
Approaching the 70-minute mark. 70-minute mark.
Godin, who picked that.
Yeah, put where you're from in the chat. Drop it in the chat for me.
Now Pelistri. Can either of these two teams take this game by the scruff of the neck and claim all 3 points? Nothing doing for Pelistri, robbed by Son. And the youngster wins it back well. Here's Oliveira. Working with Darwin Nunez. Nunez's move to Europe.
I'm really shocked.
It's a nice story.
Yeah, Paul's just down the street.
His parents.
I'm really surprised that there hasn't been many penalties in this game. Free kicks.
Thank you for all the work they did as he was
really
on his way
played.
through. Pelistri, he's done well that time, got tied, but not quite the cross he would have wanted. Son going long. Godin is wanting his goalkeeper to help him. Eventually he gets that out from Rocher. It was almost a sort of screech of "where are you" from Godin, I think, there to his keeper.
But it was so good. He used his body just to shield Quinn.
This one might end up in a tie today,
getting
guys.
there. For young kids watching at home, making contact and impeding the run is so important, and he did a great job there.
No, not the preliminary game. Ends in a tie. Or a draw, as they call it.
There can't be anything left to teach about defence that Godin doesn't know.
Well, he's forgotten more today than I'll ever know.
Uruguay. Still directing operations back there. Still been one of their better players as well today.
I feel like I need to do something to try to make this more interesting.
Celeste again.
Not getting a lot of heavy action.
He's coming back. Say Jimenez to play this one in.
Oh!
The defending is good from South Korea. Ooh, that was a bit careless.
Goalie's really under control here with South Korea.
Trying to build down the right-hand side with Na. There's the release ball for Uruguay. Again, Pelistri. They're finding him a lot. Can he find a way past the impressive left-back Kim Jin-soo?
Yeah, it is early for the guys on the West Coast. That's a problem when you do a game like this. I thought we'd get more people in here, Rob, because when I did the Olympics, I had people in like crazy at 5 in the morning. It didn't matter.
That's for sure.
So I was kind of surprised that some of these games haven't gotten. It could be just because it's quarterfinal action, but still, I would think that people will be coming in.
Nunez, he's tall, but not that tall.
And Oliveira ends up being the extra man because Nunez makes those darting runs, slashing runs through the middle, and it's leaving Oliveira. They've hit him a few times, but I think they can keep going back to that well.
A couple of subs coming up. We're going to see Cho Gyu-sung forward. 16 caps. Quite a few players in this squad who play for Yeonbuk, famous K-League club. So Hwang Wee-jo will go off and he'll have one or two recurring nightmares, I think, about that chance.
We're at the 73-minute mark. I don't know how much extra minutes we're going to put on.
Cho Gyung-sung. And it looks like Na Sang-ho coming off as well. And to replace him will be number 18, an interesting player.
I haven't even had the chance to play the goal thing.
Real Mallorca, youngest player in the squad. There's been a reluctance to pick him. There's been a lot of pressure from the South Korean media and fans to give him a chance. A player who was discovered on a reality TV show when he was 8 years old, so he's been famous for quite a long time. Creative type.
I'm going to wake you guys up real quick.
Another gentleman famous for a long time. Due to his ties with
Couldn't play the
Mallorca.
goal, but at least I throw the ball up there.
I've watched a lot of their games as well. I think he certainly deserves a chance, and now he gets it.
Here he is on the ball, right on cue. Well played, landed. Lee Kang-ying, he's going to have a shot straight away as well. Here's Son Heung-min, the Spurs man, across. They want the free kick here. I don't think they'll get it. Wang and Boom going down. No, stays down too.
Here's a deflected shot.
Yeah, absolutely,
Eventually
Ollie. Very
it runs to
defensive
Son.
game.
May have been offside. His footwork here is so clever. Sets up Cáceres.
Like I said, I feel like I got to do some
runner across the near post
ad-libbing
freeze the
just to
goalkeeper,
make
move
this
the
fun
back
today
line.
for you guys.
And Cho Gyun-sung kind of just stood and made it a little too predictable.
Positive substitutions being made. Nunez chasing. I think he's going to be part of the Uruguay team for some time to come. The Liverpool man. How big a career he can have at Anfield? Well, we'll find out. This is his first
Guy's
season
got a man bun.
playing for Jurgen Klopp. And the Uruguay making changes too. Nicolas de la Cruz, who's a set-piece specialist, among other things. River Plate player.
Yeah.
He's going to play wide, maybe to take the place of Pelistri on the right. Favourite, we'll see though. teams trying to turn 1 point into 3. 3 would be.
Good morning, Lila. Welcome in.
The
how's things in Canada
to
this
the
morning?
competition? A 3-game group looked forward by Jung Woo Young. On the chase was Cho Wei Song. Here he is again. Good effort on the half. So that's a lively start from the substitute.
Well, from both substitutes, Lee Kang-in, little clipped ball around the corner with his left foot.
Let me mute you for a second here.
Difficult to strike that cleanly. You can either slice it, much like your golf swing in to the left, or you can hook it, much like swing to the right. And he did the latter.
And you're right about the golf swing. He is the K-League top scorer this season, 17 goals. Players just come on. Cho Gyung-sung. They gave him the number 9 shirt as well. I suppose if they give you the number 9 shirt, you might think you were in the coach's mind as a starter. Or maybe it doesn't work like that anymore. So De La Cruz saw him on the right there. Vecino, and off comes Oliveira as well. Oliveira was playing in the left back position.
That was a heck of a shot.
Viña will go and play there. De La Cruz, of course, a more attacking type.
The Uruguay guys have good hair. I'll give them his best hair day.
See if that makes any difference. Changes to the cast list. 18th cap for De La Cruz.
Well, they brought off a holding midfielder and a left back, put on another left back, and Brandon De La Cruz was very much an attacking player, so it tells you that Diego Alonso wants to go for it here in the last 15 minutes or so.
De La Cruz has gone out on the left-hand side in one of the prep games against Canada.
Good
He
Lord,
scored
they are
with a
taking their
terrific
time with
free
a lot
kick.
of plays to get it started.
Something of a set-piece specialist. Whether Uruguay have an opportunity in what time remains, well, we'll see. Too much for Cavani to do. It looks like Kim Min-jae, happily for South Korea, is okay after that injury. Ahead of that England-USA game, the word is that Harry Kane will be all right, despite the ankle scan he had earlier in the week.
Good morning, Liam. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Yeah, we got football all day on the other channel. We'll start that up around 11:45 probably. It's just been a big defensive match, Paul. Each team is kind of playing more to prevent a score rather than they are aggressive attacks.
Going long. Absolutely nothing that Pelistri could do with that. Return of World Cup tonight. Don't forget that. All today's highlights, special guest, World Cup.
Thank you, Kerry. Happy Turkey Day, Greg. Yes.
And America's World Cup special fan, Chad Ochocinco, who is going to the games and telling us about all his experiences. With
whenever my wife or my daughters bring food home to me. Maybe not till later. Who knows? I hope so. That's all I can do is hope.
Need to football. Cavani looking to find a bit of space. He's done well there. Nunez. It deflects.
Oh!
We wonder where that was ending up. Just wide was the answer.
It looked like it deflected, but I think it's more.
Great job today, Paul. Thank you very much.
It kind of came off his foot a little bit weird. Cavani
just wide,
almost on the end of it. He had Viña coming around the outside too. I think if he had known and seen him, he could have rolled him in. But you're never going to fault that man for cutting in on his right and shooting.
It's going to end up in a draw this one.
He wasn't that far away. You could see on the rim, just getting a little nick on that, which might have sent it goalwards.
They have to add time on.
It would have been deliberate had he done that as well. I've seen it too often.
that wasn't played.
Just getting to that point though now, Landon, aren't we, with this game where both of these teams will be thinking really deep down, well, let's take the point and get out of here. Make sure it's not no points.
My guess is that Uruguay push.
I'll tell you what, if I paid all this money to fly
to try to win
Qatar,
the game, just from an
plus the tickets and
expectations
everything
standpoint, they are expected to be the better team and win. But they don't want to lose the game.
Sometimes there's a draw.
We've talked about percentages of advancing based on how you do in this opening game, and 11% chance of advancing if you lose the first game. So you certainly don't want to do that.
And that's what happened to South Korea 4 years ago. They lost first time out to Sweden, and then once that happens, you're really chasing it and under pressure. 3 substitutions made by both teams so far. Son Jun-ho from Shandong Chinese club has come on while you were looking at one place. Cavani's got a knock. Uruguay will remember that they won it late 4 years ago on their opening assignment against Egypt. Truth of the matter is, so far, Landon, neither team's quite done enough.
No, but there have been big chances on both ends.
Well, they'll each get a point, Greg. They'll each get a point.
South Korea.
Instead of getting 3 points in the win, they'll each get 1 in a draw.
Lack of finishing quality. It's been a good game as far as 0-0s go.
A bit more intent from Uruguay now, though, but Nunez, that's a heavy ball to end what could have been a promising attack. Kerr got forward, and he has been scoring goals lately for Tottenham.
And Nunez is so upset with himself. You know he missed him there. That's an easy pass for a player of his quality.
I think you're right, Landon. South Korea might be rather more pleased with the point than Uruguay would.
All right, Marky, have a great day.
Both with Ghana and Portugal to play. Ghana with the youngest squad at the World Cup. Can't quite get Son in on the end of anything, but he's lasted pretty well with the face. Not comfortable wearing the mask, of course, but needs must.
Sensei.
6 minutes remaining, plus whatever the referee's going to add on. It was only a minute at the end of the first half. I don't know whether the word's gone out in official circles that it's been a little less how much time has been added on, and to maybe just trim it a bit. Don't know that. That's you get secret discussions about all that kind of thing. But they're always reviewing everything, that's for certain. Spread by Son Jun-ho, but not that accurately. Son Jun-ho's carried on with a run from right back. He wanted feeding there behind. Kim Young-won. Broken up by Bentancur, promising Cavani.
Oh, they almost had a breakaway.
He's come on.
I'll be right back in 1 second.
Replace Suarez for the next game. It rather depends on whether they think he's got 90 minutes in him or whether he can be a starter. A little bit short of game time.
Well, you could see them going 60, 60, 60 in each game. You can see Suarez.
Got 5 minutes left in regulation.
Cavani
5
in
in regular.
game, and then Suarez again.
Sounds like a plan. Pelistri with a loose ball. South Korea needing no second invitation. Not many to aim at. Cho Gyu-sung chasing it. Wasn't the greatest of clearance from Roche. Valverde. Uruguay with attacking players out there. They haven't got De La Cruz into it yet since he came on. Godin showing his prowess long passer. Here is De La Cruz. Bring a lot of the ball now. South Korea just pen back a little. Uruguay patient, probing, waiting for the opening. Bentancur thought about the cross now. He delivers it. Cavani is off balance. He's out of play.
Well, another good attacking sequence by Uruguay, and I think Cavani watches that one back. I think if he could have taken a step back, planted his foot in the ground into a better position, he's not running backwards to head that. Ultimately, that made it too difficult to get on goal.
Another change by Uruguay, bringing on their number 13, Guillermo Varela, who plays for Flamengo. And he's looking to break the sequence because he's never scored for club or country in his career. So he'll play, I think, about right back position. Yellow late on for Cho Yu-sung for that.
Well, actually, and he's playing as a right-sided midfield where Polistri was. And
yeah.
Earlier, the signal was that Uruguay was going to go for it. This would be a more pragmatic approach at not losing the game.
Jimenez. South Korea trying to get a break. Cho Yu-sung, top scorer in the K-League. Just wanted a bit too much time. Uruguay weren't going to give him it. Spread by Varela. Did it stay in play? Yes, it did for Cavani. Nunez now playing down the centre. De La Cruz. Valverde invited to shoot. He can hit them and hits the angle of post and bar. Nearly wins it there. Fede Valverde. They've hit the woodwork twice, Uruguay.
What a strike this is. Gets it out from under his feet. Watch the movement on this ball, Ian. Fantastic strike. And Kim Sung-gyu is happy to see that hit the woodwork.
Gotta say, that is unlucky. It won't be a surprise to him. Big Uruguay fan, and if you watch Real Madrid on a regular basis, check out the goal he scored in the Clásico this season. Exploding into the roof of the net from way
how much
out.
you're going to give extra time.
That nearly settled it. It's given away though. His son, he's going to have a go!
Oh, he just missed one at the end of the game right there.
Too.
All right, come on, show us how much more you're going to do.
Roche has had some really dicey moments.
He stole that
with his feet today.
They're giving him 7 more. It's +7.
And nearly lost it
+7,
for Uruguay
everybody.
after a really strong second half. That would have been devastating.
Yeah, it's pretty relieved there, wasn't he? I think the goalkeeper really threw it all away, handing it on a plate. Nunez to spread it wide.
Rob, I wasn't talking about that guy. I was talking about the guy
Such a
that had
stellar
his face
season.
That guy was ridiculous.
Versatile as well. Looking to be the man to pull it out of the fire for Uruguay. On by Cavani, who's gone for a return ball from Nunez. Uruguay looking as big a threat they ever have at any point in the game over the last 5-10 minutes or so.
That last shot was the best shot of the day for South Korea. No, I was talking, yeah, the guy had face paint. That was crazy.
Goalless between.
That was absolutely nuts. He looked like something out of the WWE.
World Cup teams, 90 World Cup matches between them. Doesn't ever get to Cavani. Well, an attempted break there by Lee Kang-in. snuffed out.
Is there taunting in soccer? Because that guy could have got a red card.
Side of his job this time.
Some type of card for taunting right here. He's into it.
Look how pumped up he is. Breathing fire.
He's fired up, Ali.
Certainly tell what it means
Valverde
to him.
What a goal that would have been to win it. That shot which I think it left the post and crossbar shaking for a minute or two after it hit.
The coach for Uruguay is all fired up too. He's running up down the sideline.
Noisy fans from the famous footballing nation of Uruguay. What football teams they've produced? Population 3 million. It's that's around the size of Chicago, isn't it, Landon?
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. A country that small in population, but what a tradition, history. Again, we saw Diego Forlan earlier. The respect he got from all the media. It's really fun to watch.
South Korea with ideas of their own. The hard-working Cho Gyun-sung, who might have earned himself a start next time, I would suspect, from his lively cameo as a substitute. Still South Korea, having survived that scare. Long-range effort from Hwang In-bum.
And almost scored. And I'm like,
this was a big missed opportunity, Ian. For some reason,
that 3.5 left. 3.5 left.
Didn't make a run into the box, and he was a second late. I think if he was anticipating it earlier, might have had a tap in front of the goal. You wonder if maybe just fitness of not playing for 3 weeks.
Today's the last day of the first place.
Run he would make.
Starts the.
He might be feeling it a bit this late in the game, but of course they're not going to take him off because he is very much their main man.
I think USA can do it.
7 minutes of added time. We're back to normal service with that, aren't we?
Slip in the same area.
Caceres.
That's what amazes me. These guys.
Cavani, but free kick, South Korea.
With all the concussion stuff, I'm surprised soccer not me. No. You can't do anything about the sun. Stop complaining.
That's the Valverde effort again. It's worth another look. Short backlift as well. Tremendous power.
You can see why Tony Cruz speaks about him the way he does. Both sides of the ball. That kind of strike and then make it like that. That's a top player.
Here he is again. Hammered away by Caceres. And for Nunez to chase. It will be a chase that's in vain. Won by Varela, that header.
Coming up on the 95-minute mark, 2 minutes left.
And Viña, a substitute, has come on to play in that left-sided position. And there'll be a corner late on. It was from a corner, remember, that Godin hit the post with a header in the first half. Is there something still left in this game? Is there still one bit of drama, one bit of juice?
No. No.
Nasty moment if you support South Korea. Defending a corner. Last gasp.
That's how they can curve this ball. He's going to loop around, drop
Godin is in there again. So is Jimenez. Delivery has to be right. Goalkeeper did well. South Korean fans love that. He took charge and said, leave this to me.
Roughly 1 minute. 1 minute. He should have lowered it, right, Rob, giving his guys a chance.
Look, a half-decent team, though, don't they? South Korea. It would be easy to beat them for any team in this group. This might be very, very tight, I would say. Portugal and Ghana and these two countries.
South Korea may be happy.
Godin doesn't really clear that too well. Viña helps him out. South Korea get a throw.
40 seconds roughly.
That's interesting. Hwang In-boon conducting the orchestra of the South Korean fans. Come on, make some noise, he says. We need it, help us. De La Cruz. Good ball. Cavani. Where can they take this? Varela. The referee does give the free kick. It looked on the generous side against Kim Jin-soo. Varela says, well, what was that for, ref?
I'm not sure about this. Of all the plays he's let go.
The placement too near to the line. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no
That's a good
idea
point,
what
Rob.
he saw there. Interesting call from Turpan.
Unless he just inadvertently tripped him, because intent doesn't come into it, does it, in the eyes of the referees? It is pretty
He did.
much
He went out and
academic,
attacked
I think.
him. Oh. Coach got a yellow card, I think. Yeah, Coach got a yellow card.
Paulo Bento, the former
He's been all fired up the whole game.
For 4 years
for Korea.
South Korea. And he's been planning this game and planning this campaign for that long. The word is he might have to go if they flopped. That is it.
That's it. Everybody just collapsed. All right, that's a great game, guys. Thank you for being here today. Hope your Thanksgiving is great. And I'm doing Football Americano all day long on the other channel. Come over and hang out with us there. We would love to see you. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you real soon.